back to my channel, Cavalier. Today is Monday and 9 a.m. Therefore, I'm going to be talking about Speculative Monday. So I'm going to be continuing on the series of Pokemon, and I talked about last week and I think 3 weeks ago. And I just wanted to give my opinions and kind of like a speculations or the kind of thing that I want to see in the Switch game. Simple as that. My opinions, but it's a outrageous kind of speculation. So if you don't like it, go away now. But if you do like that kind of thing, the saucy, spicy sort of things, then stick around for the entire video and support me by hitting that like button. Also subscribe to my channel and hit that notification icon without horsing around now. And if you hit that notification icon, there's 3 options. Always choose the one that you are comfortable with. Not the third one though, that's like stupidity. Don't pick the one that is like, don't give me any notifications. No, don't do that. Hit the notifications, like full-time notifications for me. It would be great. If not, then hit the limited time notifications so you'll get notifications when this kind of playlist and this kind of video goes on in my channel. That'll be easy for you, easy for me. Without much further ado, let's just get into the video, shall we? Okay, first things first. I'm going to be talking about trainer classes. So why is that important? Well, if you think about all the 7 generations of Pokemon games, it's just about the Pokemons. Now, that would be like the dumbest thing ever you have ever heard, because it's called Pokemon, right? But it's not just about a Pokemon, it's just about the bond between a trainer and Pokemon. And it would have been showcased in the anime like 1,000 times, how Ash would like train his Pokemon and he doesn't like other people training in a different way, that sort of thing. And this kind of things we can see, there will be like different kind of trainers in the game itself, actual game itself, and like Ace Trainer or like Surfer, which was introduced in the Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon thing. And it's just like people who wants to do Nuzlocke, they are not going to change the ability for, it's a kid game, right? But at the same time, it's not a kid game anymore. The Switch is bought by all demographic. If you take a look at the Switch's graph, it's more of adults than kids. So they have to understand it doesn't matter if they are arrogant or like, we are not going to change that sort of thing. But I think they have to change, because all of their demographic, people who have grown with Pokemon, have grown. They are not kids anymore. They are not going to be like, you don't have to hold their hands and let them do their things. You gotta just let them just figure out things for their own. And this time around, this is the best example that I can give. And they have not done these sort of things before. That's what I'm saying. This is something that they should do for people to entice them to buy the Switch, because no one has bought Switch for the sake of buying it. They have only bought it because they have games to play in it. So Zelda was a great example, Super Mario Odyssey, and there's like plenty of other titles, third-party titles that is coming to Switch, and that's why people are going to buy the Switch. It's not just for showcase. I brought the Switch like others. So the Pokemon game should be the one that is going to sell you more copies next year or 2019. No problem. Whenever you're going to release the game, but this one is going to be a great thing for the people who have played your game when they were a kid and they're still playing the games. Make it more challenging. You don't, like, people would easily say Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon was challenging, but I don't agree with that. It was challenging, but at the same time it was not like, what, this is the challenge that I was expecting for. People still do Nuzlocke. All right, that's the challenge that the game doesn't provide. You are creating that challenge. That's the difference. You are creating solo locks, monologues, however that feels like right for you, like bug only playthrough, fire only playthrough, grass only playthrough, that sort of thing. And then there's like competitive people. They just don't want to play the game. They want to just get to the end like quickly as possible, trash Pokemon. But then they breed for their EVs, IVs. They just train their Pokemon to level 100. They just teach them the right moves, and then they go on and they just pour the competitive battle. They do that. So you gotta satisfy all these people that are doing this, and that way is simple. You as a trainer, they did this. Don't tell me that they don't do this in the Pokemon games, because they do this in Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. It was the best example of Rotom. So if you are nice to Rotom, it will give you like Rotom catches, Rotom boosts and stuff like that. So you will your Pokemon will get boosts because of Rotom. You will get Roto power catches, so you can catch the Pokemon pretty easily. So the capture rate will increase for that Pokemon. That sort of a thing. Now, I don't want that to be related with the Pokemon, but with you. That's my opinion. Okay, at least that's my opinion. That's my idea simply. Okay, what it is. Now, simple. One thing is bringing like RPG elements into the game. Now, this game Pokemon is most confused title people have ever seen. People don't know if it's RPG, people don't know if it's action, people don't know if it's combat, people don't know if it's tactical strategy, people don't know if it's like adventure. I would say it's all of them combined. And I want to see Game Freak just embracing that, saying, you know what, it's all of them, and we're going to make that kind of a type. So, for example, my favorite type is grass type, but I don't capture all my Pokemon grass types. All right, that's the dumbest thing that you can do because it is a weak type, let's just say. So, but let's say we are catching a Shangus type. Okay, I'm gonna do a monologue of the game that is coming out on Switch. I'm gonna do a Dragon Lock. Okay, that's the strongest typing in Pokemon, even with the fairy types. Let's just be real here. So we are getting Pokemon that is like, okay, nice. Okay, I'm seeing that. All right, boy. We Dragon Locks. 3 Pokemons are on the closest range. You're gonna get that. So what's there for me? Like, what's enticing for me to catch those Pokemon to have a monologue? Well, simple. You're gonna get RPG sort of traits. You catch 3 Pokemons that are Dragon types at the start of the campaign. Boom, you get experience there. You're a Dragon Master. You're gonna be on the path of Dragon Master. And if you guys, example that I can give you is Dragon Age Inquisition. That was a pretty easy one. Like if you're a mage, you don't want to be a mage on just one thing. You can be a lightning mage, you can be a fire mage, you can be an ice mage, and there's like more unlocked when you go to the later stages of the game. You'll be like knight armors things. You can be like the necromancer thing. So like a lot of things that were unlocked at Dragon Age Inquisition. And it's not like you don't have to pick just one. You don't have to just be a dragon master. You can be a grass master. You can be a fire master. You can be a fire breather. You can be an ace trainer. See, for me, my favorite class is ace trainer Paul. Just imagine that. All right, ace trainer Paul. So that would be your creme de la creme. The top of the top. So ace trainer would be the number one thing because it says right there in the name. It's ace trainer. Obviously, if you have certain Pokemon that are level 50, more than level 50, and you have different typings of things. So the best example that I can give you have a fire, water, grass core, and the next I can give you is like Dragon Steel Fairy core, and then it's like 18 types of Pokemon have it in your party, and then evolve your Pokemon at least twice, at least thrice, evolve 5 of your Pokemons, evolve 6 of your Pokemons, all the time have 6 party members. If they are bringing back gym sort of things, obviously they're going to bring back, because Alola festivities, that made sense for the trials. I don't think it makes sense for them to go back to them. I don't think they will do that. So gym is going to be returning, so make those gyms like a little bit more like interesting. The best example that I can give you is Pokemon Insurgence. So if you guys have not played that, that's one of the biggest fan game that is out there, successful fan game that is out there, best fan game that is out there. And in that, it's like not just a one type thing, it's like a theme type, like forest, bug and grass, or like this fire and grass. So that sort of things, you can be creative. This is just an idea from a game I'm giving you. You can sit down and think more things than I can even imagine under 10 minutes or more than 10 minutes of a video, because I'm telling you guys right now, the trainer class is pretty important. You are gonna get a trainer class. That's what I'm saying. Pokemon trainer Paul, that's not sexy enough for me. That's simple as that. So all I want is like RPG points. Like when I go to the front screen of things, oh, you achieved this achievement, you're gonna get experience in there. Good. What's that experience gonna give me? That's where you gotta go for this next thing that I'm gonna be talking about. This is interesting because I don't like IVs, because they are so tough to train up. But that's some people, that's where the interesting thing happens in Pokemon. But to me, that's little too much. I mean, people are saying that it's become easy when X and Y happened. They made it a little bit easy for EV and IV training. They made it a little bit creative. Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon would be the best example. Like you can help with Rotom can help with you in terms of EV training, IV training. But what I'm saying is like the items for those things are a little bit annoying, a little bit moronic. I would just remove those items, power band or power anklet or something like that. So imagine that you don't have that, but you have that Pokemon, but you are experienced in attacking, physical attack. You are experienced in special attack. You will get EV train on that Pokemon when you face the right Pokemon that you want to train against, right? So I think that's a thing. First of all, you are removing the items. If you don't want to remove the items, good job. But those items are not going to do anything unless you have the experience as a trainer. So if you have experience on certain things, right? If you have experience on attacking, as I said, you give the item the boost. The item doesn't give you the boost. You understand, right? I think that would be more interesting, because you will then go ahead and do certain things that you would not have done before. You just click one move and go. I mean, there's plenty of things that can do. People still like to breed, people still like to get the shinies that way, people still like to get the IVs right that way. You can do that. That's where the Pokemon breeder class comes in. That's the class in the game, right? So there's one thing. So if you have at this much X, you're gonna get this much experience. If you're gonna catch this much X, you're gonna get this experience. So all of these combined, you're gonna have, boom, at the top of the game, there's Ace Trainer. You achieved all these things, finally you're gonna have that. And when you have that, you might get a special Pokemon, you might get a special move for your Pokemon, you're gonna get a special Z move for your Pokemon, you're gonna get a special Mega Evolution for your Pokemon. There's plenty of things that can be done for an achievement for that standard. People still like to do monologues, or as I said, if you want to do like a water log or a grass log like me, then give me some enticing thing to do. Okay, if you do a grass run with 6 Pokemons in your team that are grass typings, if you do them with single typings, you will get this much experience. If you do them with dual typings, you'll get this much experience. If you defeat certain trainers with just this team, you're gonna get this much experience. So it pushes me to play the game again and again and again, but in a good way, not in a bad way, not in a way like, oh shit, I have to play this game again. Man, come on. It's like, let's play this game again, but this time around with the different team. Let's go. So compare this with all the other things that I've said. I mean, if they just pick that up and then put this on this game from the start, I think this is going to be one of the best RPG game ever. Action, adventure, as I said, all the genres will be like a tick, tick, tick for me. I will give this 10 out of 10. But this is just my idea, right? I can give my ideas 10 out of 10. Oh, super brilliant. But it's up to you guys to let me know if I'm just making shit up. Obviously, I'm making shit up, but this shit is real, right? If you think about it, this can be one of the legitimate thing that can happen in the game, in terms of you having some role to do instead of just looking like a dumb founded fucking fool in the game. If you think about it, Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon got ravished. Even Sun and Moon got ravished because of that. You know, there's serious things going on in the game, and then you will be like, I'm so happy. It's like her mother is dying. So, I'm so happy. Don't do that. You know, you have a role in the game. You are you. Break the fourth wall, damn it. This time it's nice to break the fourth wall. So that's all I'm saying. Let me know in the comments down below what you think. The question of the day for you would be like, if you choose a class, if this happens, okay, for magically this happens in the games, and you're like, oh shit, what class would you choose? And remember me predicting this first in this channel. Okay. Let me know in the comments down below. I would be a grass trainer. My favorite type is grass, but I would not pass on the fact that I want to get the Ace Trainer thing. So I would do pretty much everything as fast as I can. So even the first thing, unlocking in the Ace Trainer thing, would be great, right? So you have to breed at least once. You have to have 18 types. You have to have at least one level 50 Pokemon. You have to at least defeat a team like dual typing 6 Pokemons. You have to defeat a gym leader. You can do this, you can do that. You have to solve a puzzle with this many Pokemons. If you had done all that, you should have caught a certain Pokemon of certain type, certain nature. You should have gotten a shiny Pokemon even. Bring them with values like shiny. Imagine a shiny king class. All right, he's a shiny master, something like that. If you have 6 Pokemons in your team that is shiny, they're people who do shiny locks, right? They can have something enticing and have like extra randomizer in your own game. People don't have to do it for you, right? You create that. So it's like a scenario. After you finish the game, make sure that people first finish the game. So if they finish the game, okay, you have 2 options. Either you can do the game again with a monologue, you can do the game wonder lock, you can do the game shiny lock, whatever you don't want to do you can do, or you can go back and get all the achievements so you can reach the Ace Trainer thing. If not, that's the case, then you can select the option of doing the game with randomizer. So you just have to take a step back. The game will do, it's kind of like an update. Okay, update has happened, you can play the game now again, but everything is going to be changed. Give us that kind of achievement as well. Randomized version, so randomized trainer, random trainer. He knows what he's doing. If you throw him surprises at him, he's going to achieve those things. That's all I'm saying. You know, if you can do these things, acknowledge that people are doing these things, because you are not changing anything. You're like, I'm just going to stay like this. I'm not going to change anything. I'm not going to do anything. No. Nothing is going to change in the franchise. Switch is best example that I can give you, because that console can handle the different changes. 3DS couldn't handle that. That's why you said that's the last game there. we are going to move to the Switch. Good job. Please, just please, for the love of God, do this. This is going to be a great deal. Make me important in the damn game. Not just catching legendaries, not just stopping the bad guys. Even sometimes that looks plastic. Simple as that. I'm sorry, but that looks plastic. A 10-year-old stopping a simple, a well thought out evil team, that doesn't make any sense. Just make us believe that it is. Because if I have an achievement where I'm a dragon master, and when I go against the evil team, when I throw out my Garchomp, I throw out my Salamence, I'm like, bitch, I'm a fucking dragon master. I have some experience there, right? Your Pokemon will listen to you more. Your Pokemon will learn certain moves more faster. They will have experience gathered faster because you're a dragon master. Even if you're an ace trainer, that's even good because every one of your Pokemons is activated by that. I'm not saying Game Freak isn't doing it. If you have like Pokemon refresh, those sort of things, you can feed those Pokemons, you can pet those Pokemon. That's like too much kid friendly for me. That can be there in the next game as well, but at the same time, give me these sort of things. Like train with this Pokemon, certain Pokemon. Activate certain moves with this Pokemon. You're gonna be like fighting all the time, battle, battle, battle. And then if you have, it just have to be generic battles. There's gonna be like a lot of different battles, which I'll be talking about later. But in this video, pretty much it's gonna be like you are the trainer. Break the fourth wall. You are important. Make yourself important. That's all I'm going to say. Hit that like button, share the video with friends and family. Stop posting around, hit that subscribe button, also the notification icon. Be peculiar, stay peculiar until next time, and join the Cavalier Collective. I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.
Let it go, make my body go, make our bodies high.